What's going on, guys? It's the Bigs Podcast, episode number 135. And today we're going to finish up week 9 with the review. With me, as always, from Denver, Colorado, Jason Ashby. Jason, loving the City Connect jersey as always. Love to see our Mets get a big win. How you feeling tonight, my friend?
Feeling good. Yeah. Big win today and yesterday. Like we said off air, it's against the lowly Nats, but you got to beat the lowly Nats. So, they got to do what they got to do. And, maybe they can get away with a nice sweep tomorrow, be on the road to London feeling good. So, we'll see. We'll see. But, this team has been in there. They've been in it all season long. It's been tough to watch sometimes, but
Mm-hmm.
they've been in every game just about. So, we'll see. We'll see. It's still a long season.
Very, very, very true. Lots of time left. Lots of time to make up some ground here. I don't think the division is really within reach, but I think the wild card could still be in play
For
for
sure.
our lowly Metropolitans. That being said, I also wouldn't mind seeing them, part with a few pieces that are having expiring contracts if it is looking like we're not really gonna make a push here.
Yeah,
All of that being
it's just
said,
some dead weight.
all of that being said, let's jump right into this matchup here. Let's dive into the first one. We got Jimmy Dunlap and Bobby Russo. Bobby taking down a 13-7 victory this week. It was 15-6 going in. It's 13-7 coming out. Bobby led by 2 losses and took 2 L's on Sunday, and he led by 6 ticks on the whip and ended up losing that by 3 ticks. So 13-7 is the final. Jimmy wins by 2 errors, 2 wins, 2 saves, 3 ticks on the whip, and 2 relief appearances. Bobby wins by a triple and 3 stolen bases. They tied in losses. For Bobby on his bench this week, he goes 1 for 18 and sounds like my day at the plate on a normal Tuesday or whatever. It's an 056 batting average, 2 runs, a walk, and 8 strikeouts. Yeah, none of that plays. Very, very good week, Bobby. Good work.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt. No doubt. His moves this week, he used, well, it's not 3, that's for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's 8.
8. Close. I was close.
It was close. It was close. You just didn't finish it. It was that, and then you just had to close it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Huh?
Dropped Aaron Brooks and Ahmed Rosario, picking up Jesse Winker 1 for 2 with a stolen base and a walk and a strikeout. Uh, Added Dane Dunning for a good start against Arizona. Dropped Miles Michaelis for Johnny Brito in a nice relief appearance of 3 and a third. He drops Dunning and Brito for Eddie Rosario and Jimmy Herget. Eddie Rosario 0 for 3 with a walk. Herget 2 innings, a walk, a 1 whip, and a relief appearance. He drops Eddie Rosario for Roansy Contreras, who was awful. He drops Dylan Moore and Jimmy Herget for Dylan Tate, who had gave him an okay relief appearance, and finishes it off dropping Roansy Contreras for Matthew Liberatore for a clean relief appearance. His MVP this week is Alex Bregman. 357 both average and on base, 5 runs, a double, a triple, 4 bombs, 7 RBIs, 4 strikeouts, and an error. The least valuable hitter, Jake Cronenworth, 200 with the 231. He had 3 doubles and 4 RBIs. I mean, the guy did have 40 RBIs this week and 10 homers with 12 doubles and 33 runs scored. Bobby hit the cover off the ball.
Yeah. I mean, you find a least valuable hitter in this lineup right now. It's
No doubt.
all like, I mean, okay, Vlad only scored 2 runs, but he walked 5 times. Like everybody did something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. South Frelick hit 545 for some undiscernible reason. Stephen Kwan had a 556 on base percentage.
Yeah.
Jordan Westberg had a 471 on base. David Fry had a 524 on base. Everybody hit. Everybody hit a ton. Bobby's team is the hottest thing going right now.
Hell yeah.
His Cy Young this week is Tanner Bybee. Wherever the 6 and a third, a win, a walk, 7 strikeouts, a 1.42 and an 0.63 as the Phillies walk off the Brewers. That sucks.
Oh shit.
That sucks. Nick Castellanos with the game-winning double. That's great. That's great. The Cy Yuck is Reese Olson, 5 1/3, a loss, 2 homers, a walk, 5 strikeouts, an 8.44 and a 1.31.
I mean, not only did he hit really well, but he also pitched well. He pitched to a 3
Yeah.
ERA with a 1.13 WHIP. So he really didn't have very many weak links at all this week. It was a really impressive week, and that's why he was my manager of the week this week. So
yeah, no doubt. The only thing I want to look at is Sunday, and as to what happened where he got the 2 losses. One of them was Gregory Soto, the other one's Dylan Tate. So it's 2 relief losses. He falls into that garbage on a Sunday to lose that category. That's a damn shame.
Yeah, and couldn't even get the relief appearance stat after all that. So
right,
that hurts. That definitely. I mean, because he threw what five relief appearances on Sunday. So he was going for it.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
Just didn't work.
Just couldn't get there. Jimmy had too many of them. 23. I mean, listen, Bobby owned the offensive side, and Jimmy mitigated the loss by pitching as much as he possibly could. 71 2/3 innings, 5 wins. He got the saves, he got the relief appearances, and he got the strikeouts.
Yeah.
The surprising one is that the whip happens.
Yeah. I will say, and we're about to get into Jimmy's side of it. He benched his entire offense on Sunday, and I feel like why? Because he could have gotten some of these stats back. He could have. I think there was something was close. He benched. I don't know. There was something that was close in here, and I'm like, you could have gotten some stuff back, man. Like, I don't know. When you're down that many categories, what are you hiding from? Go ahead and start your offense and see if you can get something.
Yeah. I mean, if he benched his entire offense and still lost strikeouts by 6, that's the only thing that would make me think, oh yeah, you're gonna bench your entire offense so that you get back into strikeouts and get one more stat. But the fact that he still loses that by 6
steals. Here it is. Yeah, he benched 3 steals on Sunday, and that would have tied that category.
Pretty surprising. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think you're going for that, but yes, you have to have guys in the lineup in order for it to work.
Yeah.
As for his bench, yeah, no doubt. And getting 3 steals on a Sunday is one of those things that oh, that's a pretty miraculous Sunday, and I don't lose that category. It's now
I would love 3 steals
7.
on a Sunday.
Yeah, no doubt. I think everybody would.
Yeah.
For Jimmy on his bench this week, he goes 12 for 42. That's a 286 batting average, 4 runs, a double, 2 homers, 7 RBIs, a walk, and 12 strikeouts, plus what he benched on Sunday.
Yeah.
So,
which was a lot.
All of that. Yeah. And then there was the 3 steals and whatever else he had on Sunday.
Yeah.
For his moves this week, looks like 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 as well. He added Adam Duvall 1 for 4 with a 2-run homer, dropping Ronald Acuna. Rest in peace his 2024 season, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Picks up Sean Jelly. That's how you pronounce that. That's
it is.
Jelly.
Which is pretty funny, actually.
It is. Nice 2-inning relief appearance, clean, dropping Alec Marsh. He picks up Mark Canna for Sean Jelly. 2 for 6, a run, an RBI, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. He also picks up Matt Vierling, who had an enormous day on the bench. Absolutely enormous day. I think he had 5 RBIs and a homer, and
I think that was a doubleheader. I think there was that was a doubleheader that day. Yeah. Yeah, here it is. 3-run score, 2 homers, 5 RBIs.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the day, and it was huge. It wouldn't have helped.
No,
let's be honest.
But at the time, yeah.
Who knew? He dropped Shea Langoliers for that guy. He picks up Jorge Alcala for a clean relief appearance, dropping Jacob Webb. Picks up Enoli Paredes for a clean relief appearance with a win, dropping Mark Leiter Jr. He picks up Jose Soriano for a 6-inning, 6 ERA, 150 whip in Seattle start, dropping Joe Adell. He drops Jose Soriano and Elvis Peguero for Taylor Rogers, who did not see the field this week for him. His MVP this week is Cody Bellinger. 296 with a 296, 4 runs, 2 doubles, a homer, 3 RBIs, 2 steals, and 3 strikeouts. I mean, that's about as good as you're going to see across the board here.
He hit 197. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The least valuable hitter, I'm giving to Jeremy Pena. 063 with an 063, 7 strikeouts, and only 1 run scored. No thanks. That was horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible. The Cy Young goes to Christopher Sanchez. Really?
Yeah.
This kid's been good, huh? 6 innings, a win, a walk, 7 strikeouts, nothing earned, and an 083 on the season. Has he still been holding up his end of the bar? Yeah. 283 over 60 innings. Not too shabby. Not too shabby as the Phillies 5 starter or whatever.
I mean, that's what you would want for your number 5.
Mm-hmm. Chris Sale is the Cy Young this week. 4 innings, 18 ERA, 250 WHIP with 2 bombs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. I'll tell you what, this was one of those marquee matchups. You know, you say that the marquee matchup this week was me versus Jay, but you could make the argument it was this one too.
Sure, absolutely. You know, it's funny how it turned out. I mean, Bobby just crushed it. But you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Going in, this was definitely a must-see matchup.
Yeah, kind of a prove it matchup for Bobby. Over the past few years, he's kind of fluctuated between wins and losses, kept himself right about 500. This year, it is none of that. This is a hot team that is coming for the top spot. And I really like Bobby to make the playoffs this year. I'm getting on the Bobby Russo train early. Get on while you can because it's already leaving the station.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't really have a closer to speak of, but other than that, there is really no holes. And I'm looking at Jimmy's team. He does have closers. Yeah, no, he's got Bednar. Dude, this team is just stacked, top to bottom.
Yeah. Yep, Bednar just didn't get him a save this week. Jason Adam didn't see the field all that often either, but they were clean when they did.
Yeah.
You know, he's got dudes who can close. He's got setup guys who could be the next guys in line. Kittredge, Piamps, I guess, falls in there. I guess Daniel Hudson falls in there as well.
Yeah. And by the way, Bobby Miller is on the road back. He's on rehab, so like he's got him coming back soon.
I really like that kid. I think he's going to be really good in the next few years.
Yeah, this team is scary.
Yeah, he's going to be really good. He's going to be really good. And you know what? He drafted a really good team. Hasn't really tinkered with it too much. It helps that he got Kyle Tucker in the first round. That guy has been an MVP candidate this year, this week notwithstanding. He's been absolutely dynamite all year long. Got a shin thing after fouling the ball off, but 19 homers and 40 RBIs and 10 steals. Yeah, that'll do.
That'll play.
Do.
Yeah. Pair that with Bregman, who was the MVP this week for him. Yeah, that's a good combo.
No doubt. As for Jimmy, I'm a little concerned. He had mentioned something to Ben that there might be a fire sale coming across this team if he didn't win this week. So we're going to see what happens with Jimmy over the next couple of weeks. It might be time to shake things up on this offense. I'm not really seeing anything that strikes fear into us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, he just got Lou Bob back, so maybe that does something. But there's really not really a thumper in this lineup.
No, there's not really anybody that jumps out at me and says, you got to watch out for this guy, because everybody here on this team has some sort of wart or hole. He's 5 under 500 here. It's only week 9. There's plenty of time for him to go on a run, make the playoffs here. But at this moment, I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
As well, the pitching isn't all that wonderful either. He got his one save for Manoli Paredes this week.
Yeah, and that's short lived, because that's that whole bullpen is in flux until Devin Williams comes back. So
oh yeah,
I mean, Paredes has pitched very well, so I mean,
Mm.
maybe there's more in there, but like I said, there's really not a standout closer in this staff. So he's
No.
relying on relief appearances and his starters.
Yeah. Yeah, and some of them have not been great. Pablo's been good this week, but Pablo has been less than stellar the first half of 2024 with a 4.84 ERA across 67 innings.
Yeah,
Not great.
yeah,
Dylan Cease, Carlos Rodon, Chris Sale, they've been good. Christopher Sanchez as well, but Pablo was the one that was drafted at the top here to kind of anchor this rotation.
and
And
Chris Sale, he had a chink in the armor against Oakland this week. So like, he's not a young chicken anymore. So it's interesting to see if he can hold up to this 3 ERA that he's throwing right now.
we'll see. If he does, it's a great trade for the Braves.
Oh, absolutely.
Moving on from Vaughn Grissom,
Yeah.
but we shall see. All right, let's move on to the next matchup. What do we got next? It's going to be Adam Lowenstein versus Michael Sherman, and Adam takes down a 12-9 victory.
Yes.
Going into Sunday, it was 11-8 in favor of Mike Sherman. So this was an incredibly big flip here. Lots of things moving on Sunday. Mike Sherman led by 3 runs, and Adam took that. Stolen bases were tied, and Adam took that. Mike was leading by 3 walks, and Adam took that. Adam was leading by 1 tick on the batting average, and Mike Sherman took that. Mike was leading by 1 home run given up by a pitcher, and he gave up too many, and Adam took that. Strikeouts were tied, and Mike Sherman took that. And relief appearances, Mike had a 2 relief appearance lead, and Adam took
Oof.
that away from him as well. So again, 11-8 in favor of Mike Sherman going in, 12-9 in favor of Adam coming out. It's the big flip of the week.
Yep.
It
I've been
was
there. I've been on the receiving end of that multiple times. It is not fun.
it is not a fun experience at all. Close categories this week. Adam wins by a run, a double, 2 stolen bases, 2 walks by a hitter, a home run by a pitcher, and a relief appearance. Sherman wins by the triple, 10 ticks on the batting average, 2 ticks on the on base percentage, 2 wins, 2 losses, and a strikeout by a pitcher. They did not tie in anything.
A lot of closeness here, man. This could have gone any which way.
Yeah, no doubt. Adam on his bench this week goes 6 for 29. That's a 207 batting average. 5 runs, 2 doubles, a homer, 2 RBIs, 5 walks, and 7 strikeouts. None of it plays, though we're questioning whether or not he could have gotten something in there of a hit to get the base percentage over the top because he did lose that by 2 ticks.
Yeah.
I don't
But
necessarily think that even all 6 of them could get the 10 ticks for the batting average, but one might be able to get in there and get the on base percentage over.
right, because there were some walks in there too, so it's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, 5 walks is certainly a big number there.
Yeah.
Yeah. His moves this week, he used 5 of them. Xavier Curry for a bad start in Colorado. Don't know why you would
Yeah.
do that.
Nope.
He dropped Mitchell Parker. Then he dropped Jamison Tyon for Cole Irvin on a waiver claim the day after his start. So then when he does get into the game, 6 1/3, a bomb, a walk, a strikeout, a 284 and a 142 against Tampa. He drops Xavier Curry for Rob Refsnyder, 1 for 4 with a strikeout. Drops Refsnyder for Alec Marsh, who was bad against San Diego. And dropped Marsh for Andrew Heaney, who was good in Miami. His MVP this week is Riley Green. 409 with a 500 on base, 6 runs, 2 doubles, a homer, 3 RBIs, 2 steals, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, and an error with a shout out to Freddie Freeman, who also tripled, had 2 homers and 5 RBIs and 5 walks.
Yeah.
Very nice week from both of those guys. The least valuable hitter is Alec Boehm, who had 3 errors and a 190 batting average, but the guy is the namesake of the team and has been tearing the cover off the ball this week. Actually, this year.
Yeah.
He's part of the big engine for the Phillies that just makes it go. He's hitting 298 this year, 49 RBIs so far this year. That's
I mean, he's
huge.
hitting right around, the Bryces and the Schwarbers, and yeah, he's got all those guys to drive in. So it's a great place to be.
Yeah, no doubt. The Cy Young this week is Andrew Heaney. We talked about him, and the Cy Young is Xavier Curry. I'll give you the line. It's 3 1/3, a loss, a bomb, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, a 16-20, and a 240 in Colorado. I mean, I know that lineup's bad, but man, every once in a while they are going to hit.
Yeah, and there are certain guys that you could feel like at least somewhat safe throwing at Coors. I don't know if this guy who has been throwing in the minors all year long is the guy you trust there.
Yeah, I don't think that's the spot for him.
Yeah.
Don't think that's the spot for him. For Mike Sherman on his bench this week, he goes 12 for 33. That is a 364 batting average with 4 runs, 2 doubles, 6 RBIs, and 7 strikeouts. No walks on the bench, so he doesn't have that category to try to get. He lost that by 2.
Yeah.
But the 4 runs would have played, the 2 doubles would have played. And they kind of go hand in hand, as one of them was on Friday. It looks like he had 2 runs and a double and 3 RBIs on the bench.
Yeah. That would have been good to
Rough.
get in.
Yeah, absolutely. His moves this week, looks like there were 7 of them. He had a Jared Kalenic for an 0 for 3 with a walk and 2 strikeouts, dropping Jake Diekman. But bet he wants that guy back. Bet he wants that guy back.
Uh-huh.
He dropped John King he added John King for a clean 2-inning relief appearance, dropping Patrick Corbin. He dropped Tyler Kinley, or he added Tyler Kinley for a bad relief appearance, dropping Adam Simber. He picked up Spencer Schwellenbach. That's right. You know what team? It's the Atlanta Braves.
Of course it is.
And he was okay against Washington. He dropped Derek Law. He picked up Jose Quintana for a bad start against Arizona, dropping Logan Allen, not Logan Webb. That would be surprising. I added Griffin Canning for a good start in Seattle, dropping Schwellenbach. And he adds Luis Garcia, the reliever, for a good relief appearance and drops Will Vest. His MVP this week is Willie Adames, 385 with a 484 on base, 7 runs, a double, 2 homers, 10 RBIs, 5 walks, and 6 strikeouts. The least valuable hitter is Cedric Mullins, despite a triple. He hit 083 with an 083 on base, 3 strikeouts, 2 steals, 2 RBIs rather, a triple, and a run scored. The Cy Young goes,
and he also knocked out Jorge Mateo.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He sent Jorge Mateo to the IL with a concussion.
Yeah, that doesn't count for the stats, but it happened.
No. The Cy Young this week is Max Fried. Wherever he is. There he is. 8 innings, a win, a walk, 6 strikeouts, nothing earned, and a 1 whip. With the Cy Young goes to Logan Allen, who is off the team now. An inning and 2/3, a loss, a 37.80 ERA, and a 4.80 whip. Jesus, that's terrible.
It also happened here in Colorado.
In Colorado. What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? Did you feel like, well, he started one, so I've got to start a worse one?
It's not like the environment hasn't changed here. It's still the same.
Yeah. The ball's still gonna fly.
Yeah.
What a mess. As for these two teams, man, Adams got himself right around 500, right where you want to be after 9 or 10 weeks. Just keep treading water and make sure that you're there for the fight at the end of the season, right?
Yeah. And again, I think he has pieces here that will keep him afloat. He'll get Devin Williams back eventually sometime to shore up that bullpen. But for now, and if Bo Bichette can start really starting to warm up a little bit, that'll go a long way. But this offense is pretty good as it is.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman's never going to slump. Jose Altuve is not going to slump. Bo Bichette is going to hit later in the season. He's hitting 235 right now with 4 homers and 4 steals. Like, he's a mess, but he'll be a lot better come July, August, and September.
Right. And if you're getting production from Riley Green and Connor Joe, like if you're getting production from those guys, it helps offset what you're not getting from Bo Bichette, which hopefully you might get, in the second half. That was a whole bunch of
Yeah.
Eds.
The only concern I have here is the pitching staff. I mean, Grayson Rodriguez, Cole Irvin, Yusei Kikuchi. He's got a lot of hurt guys right now. Joe Musgrove, Devin Williams, Robbie Ray. I don't necessarily love any of the pitching staff, and
Yeah.
it might be the hamstring to this team.
And yeah, it's tough because I mean he's got Iglesias there at the back end. He got him all 3 saves this week, but like aside from that, there's not a whole lot there. Yeah, he just lost Trevor Williams to the IL. He just lost Joe Musgrove to the IL. Ronel Blanco, it's great he threw the no hitter and he's having a decent season, but I don't know that you can really rely on him. So yeah,
And remember, that used to be Kevin Gossman. Like, this would be a completely different rotation with Kevin Gossman sitting in there.
exactly. So we'll see. I mean, but like you said, he's at 500. It's week 9, so there's no reason to think he can't, make it into the playoffs.
And as for Mike Sherman, this offense still doesn't scare me, and it's not going to scare me. I mean, Austin Riley is nice, but if you're expecting 10 RBIs a week from Willie Adames, you're out of your mind. And the rest of this offense really doesn't frighten me all that much. There's a lot of strikeouts. There's just a lot of not very good offensive pieces here. Spencer Steer doesn't strike fear into me. Jake Berger doesn't frighten me. Danny Jansen doesn't scare me. Like, this is not a good offense.
Like Teoscar Hernandez is good, but if we're talking about Bo Bichette not hitting, Austin Riley isn't hitting at all. 3 homers and 19 RBIs. That's not what you want from him. So yeah, this offense is in trouble.
Yeah. His pitching isn't terrible. I don't necessarily hate it with Wheeler and Severino and Nick Lodolo, I guess, anchoring the staff there.
Max Fried.
Max Fried, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. The pitching isn't bad. He doesn't have a closer, but
he's probably hoping that David Bednar gets traded because he's got Colin Holderman right behind him.
No doubt. No doubt. All right, let's move on to the next matchup here. We've got Mike Haber taking on Bryan Lebo. And Mike gets himself another win here. 12-8 over Bryan Lebo this week. Pretty surprising matchup as we saw it going in 12-7 in favor of Mike Haber. It comes out 12-8. On Sunday, Mike had a 5-tick whip advantage, and Bryan was able to literally get just underneath him to win that by a percentage point. As well, Mike had a 1 relief appearance lead, and Bryan took that. Bryan, however, did have a strikeout advantage on the hitting side and struck out too many times, so Mike got that category back. Again, 12-7 going in, 12-8 coming out. Close categories. For Mike Haber, he wins by 3 stolen bases, 3 errors, a save, and a home run given up by a pitcher. Lebo wins by a double, 2 triples, a loss, and a minuscule amount in the whip and a relief appearance.
I mean, he like here it is. It comes down to the 1000th% or something like that. Yeah,
it's so ridiculously close.
Yeah, and what's amazing is that he was able to do that and grab relief appearances. So like to be able to throw your relievers and not lose whip that close is pretty incredible.
Mm-hmm. They tied in wins for Mike on his bench this week. He goes 9 for 31. That is a 290 batting average. 3 runs, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 7 RBIs, 6 walks, 10 strikeouts, and 2 relief appearances on the Sunday.
Yeah.
including a clean 3-strikeout outing for Reed Garrett. So he does have the ability to get those in, and decided to use the discretion is the better part of valor, take the win and concede there.
Yeah. I mean, I get it because Reed Garrett had been awful. So like,
Mm-hmm.
I understand the mentality. Just sucks that the one time you decide to bench him, he he was great.
Yeah, yeah. His moves this week, he used 4 of them. He drops Sean Armstrong and Ryan Weathers for Tyler McGill. Drops Lucas Ursig for Tommy Canley in a clean relief appearance. He drops Cutter Crawford for Jalen Beeks and Justin Turner for Noel V. Marte, who is still on suspension. But now that he's on his way back, everybody's starting to jump on this guy.
Yeah, Mike he had messaged me weeks ago, asking like, do I if I thought it was too early to get Marte, and I was like, can't really put him in the NA spot, so it depends on if you can carry a loose end, a dead weight for a little bit. And I think like a day or two later, Cody picked him up
Mm-hmm.
and held on to him for a while and finally dropped him. And I'm sure Mike was just licking his chops. So
So there it is. Don't know that we're going to get that back on the free agent list anytime soon.
oh yeah,
Congratulations, Mike.
yeah.
His MVP this week is Aaron Judge. Who the hell else? 364 with a 481, 6 runs, 4 homers, 8 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, 5 walks, and 8 strikeouts. The least valuable hitter is Matt Chapman, 174 with a 269, 3 runs, a double, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, and an error. The Cy Young this week goes to Luis Castillo. 13 innings, a win, a homer, 4 walks, 12 strikeouts, a 138 and an 085. And the Cy Yuck goes to Ryan Walker with his 13.50 ERA across 2 relief appearances. These guys pitched their asses off, 289 to a 197 with 111 whips to boot.
Yeah, and both, over 50 innings. So very, very good pitcher week for both of these guys.
No doubt. No doubt. For Lebo on his bench this week, he goes 4 for 23. That's a 174 batting average. A run, a double, 3 strikeouts, and an error. None of it plays. He looks like he used all 10. Nope, he just used 8. He did get the big trade, Ellie De La Cruz, to his team for Jordan Alvarez. He added IKF 1 for 4 with a double, dropping Leody Taveras and Blake Walston. He picks up Michael Kelly for a clean inning and 2/3 and a relief appearance. Is that the guy who just got suspended?
He is. Yep. Yep. He has since been he was dropped today. As soon as Lebo saw that news, he dropped him. But yes, this is the guy that bet on baseball.
Oh my goodness. And we're just gonna sweep it under the rug. Not like, it's just gonna like we're gonna release that 4 nobodies bet on baseball, and one of them is getting a lifetime ban because he's terrible at it. And the other 3 are seriously, he was so bad at it. And the other 3 are getting 1-year suspensions because, well, we're kind of in bed with DraftKings now, so let's not make it a huge deal. But we're still going to ban Pete Rose forever.
Yes, yes, that's such a travesty. But Otani is in the clear, so he's good.
He's in the clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's wonderful news, I suppose. Anyway, I digress. He picked up that guy for Eric Swanson. Picked up something called Kyle Nicholas for a clean relief appearance. Picked up whatever Tyson Miller is for that guy who gave up a go-ahead 2-run homer to Gary Sanchez. He dropped Tyson Miller for Wandy Peralta for a clean relief appearance. Dropped Wandy Peralta and Gabe Spire for Matt Carasidi. Sure, another clean relief appearance. Dropped that guy for Jesse Chavez, who did not appear, and finished it off picking up Ivan Herrera 1 for 4 with a double and an error. The double is, in fact, the double that wins him the category this week. So great pickup there by Bryan.
Of course, he's a Cardinals fan, so it all worked out.
Yeah, it was a homer pick, but it worked out, and it won you a category.
Yep.
His MVP this week, is it really Josh Bell? My goodness. 417 with a 423, 3 runs, 4 doubles, an RBI, a walk, 5 strikeouts, and an error. Shout out to Starling Marte with his 353 and a 421.
And now Josh Bell is the namesake of the team, so there you go.
Yeah, yeah. The least valuable hitter was either Ellie or it was definitely Ellie. 120 with a 214 on base percentage, 12 strikeouts, 3 walks, and a steal with a run. 12 strikeouts. Goodness gracious,
So
what
this
a
is what I was
terrible week.
alluding to in the first half of the show is Yordan Alvarez was Cody's MVP. Ellie De La Cruz is Lebo's least valuable hitter. I know it's only 1 week, so it's too early to say, and I know Ellie went deep today, but you know, I was always kind of wishy-washy on Ellie in the first place. I love Yordan
Mhm.
Alvarez, so again, kudos to Cody for that trade.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. But we shall see. I mean, there are certainly going to be weeks where Ellie's going to be the best player on this team.
Absolutely.
So if Lebo can dig himself at least somewhat out of this basement situation that he's in, and Ellie is the cause for that, then it was the right move to make. But we're going to have to wait and see.
Absolutely.
The Cy Young this week is Corbin Burns with 7 innings, a win, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, nothing earned in an 086. With a shout out to Lance Lynn's sub 1 ERA. And a Cy Young goes to Tyson Miller and Eric Swanson, both relievers who are off the team with 27 ERAs,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
respectively.
the Tyson Miller home run that he gave up to Gary Sanchez led to Brian Hudson getting the win for the Brewers for Henry against me. So I especially hate Tyson Miller.
And I especially can't stand the fact that Mike Haber is looking like the first playoff team this year already, and it's week 9.
he he is doing Mike Haber things.
Yet again, he's doing Mike Haber things. And this is one of those teams that he's put together that I just find really interesting because this is another one of those like all-star at almost every position, but it's anchored by like the the biggest anchor you can have in Aaron Judge.
Right. But like also like I mean Marcelo Ozuna is just like ridiculous with 17 home runs in 57 games. Eh, like yeah, he's getting contributions from everything. And like Jonah Heim hasn't been great, but like you don't need him to be with the rest of this team. You just need him to be there.
Yeah, man. Brent Rooker has hitting 280 with double-digit bombs already. Ozzy Albies is on this team. Christian Walker's on this team. This is a really good team. This is a
Yeah,
really good team and could be a championship team.
I I could see it. Yeah. I because also it's not just the team, it's the manager. And
No doubt.
when you combine this team with that manager, dangerous.
Yeah, the maybe the Achilles heel is the starting pitching, but Luis Castillo, Nate Eovaldi, Zach Littell, like that's fine for a 1-2-3, and you know he's just going to go find one of the starters on the wire.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and Braxton Garrett, if he's something for the Marlins, like he pitched well this week. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. As for Lebo, again, it's the question of the year. It's going to be the question of his season. Is Ellie De La Cruz really the savior of this team? Is he going to light the world on fire, or is he going to be a dumpster fire himself? Because
right.
that's really what this is going to boil down to. If this guy continues on this trajectory that he's had this year of 30 homers and pushing 80 steals at this rate, 32 at current present moment.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's certainly the chance for it, but also, I mean, are we looking at like 200 strikeouts, 230
Yeah, probably.
strikeouts?
Yeah,
Like,
that could be real. That
yeah.
could be real.
So
What? How many
again,
does he have on the season?
let's see.
83 strikeouts already. 83 strikeouts and 219 at bats. That is a monstrous number. It's a
Yeah,
monstrous number.
it's a lot. That
It
is a
is.
lot.
That is a lot of strikeouts. Well, we shall see. We shall
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Let's go to the final matchup this week, Jason. It's going to be Ari Nisman taking a 10-6 loss to Josh Haber. Weird score here. Really weird score. Really weird
Yes.
matchup. Uh,
Well,
going
I when I
into
was putting this
Sunday,
together, like
it was 13-6.
it felt like a Monday. Like it felt like a Monday score, like
Mm-hmm.
you don't see this on a Sunday.
No, no, a lot of ties, a lot of really strange things going on. Uh, it was 13-6 in favor of Josh going in. On Sunday, triples. Josh had a one triples advantage, and you'll see that Ari got his third to tie him. Okay. Walks. Josh had a two walk advantage. You'll see Ari also tied him there. And wins. Josh had a one win advantage. You'll see Ari also tied him there. So again, 13-6 coming in, 10-6 going out. Close categories this week for Josh. He wins by 2 home runs by a hitter, 2 errors, a save, and 2 homers by a pitcher. Ari wins by 2 doubles and 5 ticks on the whip. They tied in triples, steals, walks by a hitter, wins, and losses. 5 ties.
That's just crazy.
No doubt. For Josh on his bench this week, he goes 6 for 19. That's a 316 stone cold batting average. 3 runs, 3 doubles, an RBI, and 4 strikeouts. The 3 doubles would have played, but he would have had to be perfect to get them all in. 2 of them were on Sunday, surprisingly enough.
Yeah. And it's funny how, like, again, we just said 5 tie categories, and that's the only one that possibly could have played. Pretty impressive.
Yeah. He used 9 ads this week. He added Tyler O'Neill off of waivers, and it was a waste because he placed him on the IL and he dropped him the next day. He dropped Chris Bryan for Tyler O'Neill. He dropped Calvin Fauché for Matt Waldron, 7 innings shutout baseball against Miami. He drops Taylor Rogers for Caleb Ferguson, clean relief appearance. He drops Tyler O'Neill for Brian Bayo, 6 1/3, a 568, and a 174 against Detroit on Sunday. He drops Matt Waldron for Mitchell Parker, 5 2/3, a loss of 476 and a 141 in Cleveland. He drops Mitch Garver for Patrick Bailey off of waivers, over 4 with 2 strikeouts. He drops Mitchell Parker for Matt Waldron. He drops Kerry Carpenter for Tyrone Taylor after the bell. And he drops Caleb Thielbar for Joe Mantiply after the bell. His MVP this week, going to be Corey Seager yet again. That guy is, what does he have, like a 30-game on base streak or some ridiculous
something
like
crazy
that?
like that. Yeah, he's found it.
He's found it. It's a 368 with a 455 on base this week, 4 runs, 2 doubles, 2 homers, 5 RBIs, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. The least valuable hitter is going to go to Jorge Soler, despite a really good bench. He was on the bench on Sunday, I assume.
Yes, yeah.
So he didn't get a hit. He didn't get on base. He didn't do shit. He was that meme. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. I didn't do fucking shit.
But Sunday he goes 3 for 4 with a double and 2 runs scored. So
of course he does.
Yeah.
Of course he does. Good job, Josh. The Cy Young goes to Matt Waldron. We talked about him, and the Cy Yuck goes to Chris Martin, who was bad in his only relief appearance. 2 home runs, 2 strikeouts, a 27 and a 4 across an inning. Not good.
So Matt Waldron, he added him twice this week, and I don't think we're gonna see him on the waiver wire anytime soon. He's been really good, and Josh has gotten him twice now, so that might be a keeper.
That might be the end of that guy being a streamer. Yeah. Josh is locking him up. Is he the knuckleball guy for San Diego? Is that what that is?
I think so. That sounds right. Yeah. Yes. He is a knuckleball tonight. Yeah.
Knuckleball guy. Okay.
Sub 4 ERA, 64 strikeouts in 63 innings. Like he's been pretty good for them.
Okay, R.A. Dickey 2024. Let's see what you got.
Hell yeah.
All right. For Ari on his bench this week, it is an agonizing 35 for 117. Yeah. We got to do that fucking math. And by we, I mean Jason. It's a 299 batting average, 21 runs that would have played, 8 doubles, a triple that would have played, 7 homers that would have played, 21 RBIs that would have played, 2 stolen bases. He had 2 stolen bases on the bench and none of them in the lineup. 10 walks that would have played and 25 strikeouts. And at this point, what in the fuck is he doing without Ryan Mountcastle in the lineup? Because that dude is hitting the cover off the ball and he just remains on the bench.
Yeah. And Paul Goldschmidt has been not good. Like,
No,
and even like today, as of this recording, Mountcastle went deep twice tonight, and he is still not in Ari's lineup.
nope. I don't know what it'll take to get him in Ari's lineup, and I don't know what it'll take for Ari to shake this thing up because this is not looking good for him.
Yeah. And it's funny because again, we talked about how Josh only had doubles that maybe would have played on his bench, and Ari sitting here with all these stats that would have played, and all of them were close. So you only needed one or two of them, and
Yeah.
you left 21 of them on the bench. So
Yeah, he literally needed a walk or a steal or the triple that he left on the bench. Those three things alone win him three categories.
yeah, this could
Just
be
get
much
one of
different.
them. Just get one of those things.
How different could this season be for him if things like that happen?
Exactly. He only made one move. He dropped Tyler Wells, who got Tommy John surgery. So rest in peace, his season. He still hasn't moved Blake Snell out of the IL, even though he's come back from the IL, got re-injured, and been placed back on the IL. So I guess no harm, no foul? Question mark.
Jeez, that's wild.
This is Ari's season, guys. This is what's going on with Ari Nisman this year. Uh, Most valuable hitter this week is Rafi Devers, 346, 414, 3 runs, a double, 2 triples, a homer, 5 RBIs, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, and an error. The least valuable hitter is Dansby Swanson, who hit 115 with a 207 on base. The Cy Yuck is Jake Irvin, 12 innings, 16 strikeouts, a 150 and an 083. The Cy Yuck is Andrew Abbott, who had a 9 ERA across 6 innings. That's simple math, 6 earned runs across 6 innings. It's not good. It's
No,
not good at all. Nope. He's
and
bad. Like the team is bad. The team could be better if it was managed correctly.
yeah.
Mountcastle, Gurriel, and Vaughn haven't seen the lineup in over a week.
But like Giancarlo Stanton is still around, and like
And I'll defend Stanton existing on somebody's team because he's playing okay this year.
yeah, 14 home runs is
Four,
good. Is good. Yeah.
14 homers, 32 RBIs in the middle of that lineup. He's not an absolute zero this year. I'll defend that he is rosterable this year.
Okay. I can accept that. But but again, because of that deep bench, his pitching is so shallow. So you're hoping
Mm-hmm.
that everybody in your pitching pitches well, and if somebody doesn't, it's gonna fuck you over.
Yeah.
Like Andrew Abbott, 6 runs, okay, that's bad in one start, but that's gonna kill you.
Mm-hmm. He got 4 saves this week, which is outstanding for Ari, and he still lost. He still lost. He lost that, and obviously he lost relief appearances because he only had 7 of those, which again is the least in the league. He's been the fewest in the league every week, every single week for
For
the
years.
last 3 seasons.
Yeah.
For the last 3 seasons.
Yeah.
It's just not working. It's just not working. As for Josh, man, this is a great week. I think if you ask him and if he's honest with himself, he would want a bigger win here. He
Sure.
would want to walk away with a lot of those ties being in his favor when you're facing a team like Ari that's at the bottom.
But I mean, look, he's still in second place at
Mhm.
what 30 something games over 500 or something. So he's pretty.
He had a shit week from Mookie Betts. He had a shit week from Yainer Diaz. He had a garbage week from Adalis Garcia and still won. That's all that needs to be said here.
Yeah. 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 I mean, Corey Seager. Corey Seager is carrying this team right now, and
Yeah.
it's fine.
Hmm? No doubt. No doubt.
Pitching
Jason,
side
I
is
thank you for
good.
being here with me, my friend.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This was a lot of fun.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Love talking bigs with you, talking baseball. This is always a joy.
Guys, thank you all for watching and listening, making this league what it is. Without you guys, we would not have this show. So thank you again. Until next time, guys, it's been real, it's been fun, and it is always real fun in the bigs. We'll see you next time.